factor. There's no question about that, as well as a force on the field, especially when healthy. Overreaction Monday continues with this. It did not take long at all for Richard Sherman to find a new home in San Francisco. Field, I'll say this. Overreaction or not, that Richard Sherman signed too soon.
It's an overreaction, Wendy. The reality is that obviously that's uncharted territory for Richard Sherman. And I get it that people are poking holes in the contract that he signed and said he could have gotten more and constructed in a way that's team friendly. I'll just tell you this. Even if he only collects 1 year and $7 million in pay, there were teams that told me after he got released, they'd be surprised if he got more than $4 million on a 1-year deal. Some thought, I'm not sure I'd pay him more than a minimum money deal, despite all of his accolades, his tremendous success. But you factor in the age, the Achilles, and the ankle bone spurs that had to be cleaned up. It's a fit. It's where he wanted to be. It's familiar for him. I don't think he signed too soon. I think it's an overreaction.
I couldn't agree more. Look, Richard knows what Richard needs better than anybody.
Exactly.
And if he needed more money, he would have held out and maybe tried to get more money. What Richard needs is exactly that. To go to a place. Look, Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator there, was a quality control coach in Seattle Richard's first 3 years. He's playing a scheme that Richard could probably he'll be able to teach these kids who are playing there in the secondary with him. So Kelly Witherspoon, who's there, I'll tell you right now, the best thing that ever happened to you was Richard Sherman coming there. Richard's going in his division. He has a point to prove to his former team. He's in an area where he went to college. It's perfect for him. It's perfect. It's not always about money at this point. He's made plenty. It's about where am I comfortable? Where do I feel like the people believe in me? Where's the scheme that highlights my skills? Look, I have the most interceptions since I came into the league playing in this scheme. I want to play in it a little bit more. Hats off to you.
Who's to say what is the right and wrong time that somebody should strike a deal? And not only that, but Richard Sherman, who has a Stanford education and a Stanford degree, got on the phone and called the Detroit Lions to see what they were offering. And he got on the phone and he called the Oakland Raiders to see what they were offering. And the offers in his mind didn't match up to the offer that he had in front of him. And so when you're a free agent, top prices are paid, as you know, in the top 24, 48 hours. I always say it's Neiman Marcus for the top couple of days, and then it gets slashed down to department store, flea market type prices. Richard Sherman knew there was a timeline. He knew he had to act quickly. Was it too quick? He didn't think so. He made the calls that he had to, and he felt it was the right time.
Well, and he's the only one that really matters, by the way, because to Lewis's point, Richard Sherman knows Richard Sherman and what he needs pretty well. He did send out this tweet earlier today, though, that said this: instead of getting upset with me for going to a new team, how about you get upset with the people who forced me to go? If one job fires you and another job offers you a great position, I highly doubt most people would go back to the old job for a lot less money. And I think that's a fair point as well. That's just how the league works. We always say it's a business. We sometimes don't want to remember that. This from our Todd Archer. Cowboys cornerback Orlando Scandrick has requested his release from the team. Scandrick hopes to get into the free agent market when it opens on Wednesday. Cowboys seem to have moved on at corner with Jordan Lewis. So that is from our Cowboys reporter, Todd Archer. Still to come.